So guys, well, here I am. I'm live. I'm outdoors. I'm in one of the, actually I'm in a little park right off of one of the bike trails. At the main road, O Street, is right up here. To my right and to my left is P Street. You can probably hear a little bit of the traffic go by now and again. But I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to swing around and let you guys see some of the park. There we go. We got some of this. It's right by a little creek that's called Antelope Creek that runs through Lincoln. That they built the bike trail around and through. This used to be all underground and hidden. So, and this is kind of what I do during the day. I try to get out as much as I can. It's 2026, and in June of 2023, I had a major heart attack, and they had to zap me twice, I guess, from what I understand from all the paperwork and the goodies and all that fun shit. I still take blood thinners, and I try to get out as much as I can and do what I can. Of course, there's a lot of things that I can't do anymore, but I adapt. And here's the big kicker. I actually follow what the doctors tell me to do. And part of that is I get out and exercise as much as I can. I try to walk from place to place often. Usually that constitutes basically a trip to the grocery store. Not much more than that. But that's a pretty good hike walking around for a while I'm doing that. But the one thing I don't do is lounge around in bed for hours and hours and hours and hours, live streaming, eating lots of junk food. Oh, and I did notice something. Actually, someone else noticed it. I didn't really notice it. Someone else actually did. And that was someone's in the hospital who claimed that they were diabetic. And yet the hospital gave them Dr. Pepper. Now, if you're diabetic and you're in the hospital for your serious medical issue, obviously, for your heart, and you're diabetic, the hospital ain't going to give you Dr. Pepper or any other sort of sugary ass drinks. So that kind of puts the kibosh on that fucking bullshit story about you being a diabetic, doesn't it? And keep in mind, I haven't mentioned any names, so I can talk about this. And there's something else I want to bring up too. Someone was on a live stream just the other day and said, well, maybe Harry can't come up because he's been told that he should just leave things alone. No, I haven't been told any such thing. I don't plan to be told any such thing. And I find it a little irritating that false assumptions get made like that. All I could do is ask me, and I'll tell you. Want to know why I didn't come on the live stream? Because I had a friend that I hadn't seen in 50 years that came into town at the beginning of the week and was staying through this weekend. He left out this morning to head back to where he's from. And there's a picture of me and him on my Facebook page, by the way. And we were really good friends back in the day. And due to time and distance, we lost touch over the years. And he came here to visit some of his relatives and decided to get a hold of me. And we were out for We'd gone out for dinner. We'd gone out for breakfast or not breakfast. We went out that day. What was that? I think we were out it was for brunch, if I remember right. But yeah, no, I got the text message. And quite frankly, I could have just dropped everything and gone back and logged on and gone live with you guys. But, you know, our, our little buddy down there in South Texas doesn't rate very high on my list anymore. And I got to throw this out there too. Quite frankly, I'm feeling very little sympathy. You know, and you would think that, hey, maybe he should be feeling something because he's in the hospital. He's got some bad heart issues. No, I don't. I don't feel any sympathy. I don't feel any empathy. That man has harassed and harangued me for years, going all the way back out to the time out in Virginia when he decided to contact my neighbor. I've got proof of that. And sent them text messages, which were bullshit. Contacted my landlord and contacted my landlord's place of employment, thinking that he was actually going to get over on someone that had been employed for 30 plus years at the same place. Yeah, I think their credibility is a little bit better than some drunken jackass from South Texas calling it just a harassment harangue. And then that continues through to here. To here. I showed where I live a couple years ago. I showed my apartment. It's an apartment. I've never rented a house. But yet jackass took it upon himself, and I don't know where he connected these weird ass fucking dots, and thought that I was renting somebody's house from an 80-some-year-old woman that was in a retirement home. So what did he do? Called the retirement home and said that I was coming over there to murder this lady, which constituted that retirement home to go into a lockdown, and the police would contact us. Now, you fucking piece of shit, I warned you a long, long time ago, that if the police ever showed up at my house or my apartment, in this case my apartment, because of some bullshit crap that you pulled, that I'd see to it that shit was going to happen. And guess what? It has started. It's going to take a little bit of time. Because it's got to go through the investigative process. And it will go through the investigative process. And I'm hoping he says more. Because every time he does, it gets sent to them and goes right into the file. Because you're just that fucking stupid. So yeah, keep going, keep talking about it. But see, you have done nothing but waste away for years and years and years now. And that's been obvious to all of us. Me, John, Kelly, Rob, Rick. You've really gone from bad to worse. You lay around in that bed day after day after day, but you're 10 years younger than I am. Look at this. I don't have freaking white hair. I'm not looking like I just crawled out of a fucking crypt. Because I don't waste away. I mean, we can go back. I can pull up videos of you going back for a couple of years, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I can go to your freaking YouTube page and find them. Where when you did actually look a lot better, but that was when you had real friends. Remember those people that used to call you and used to talk to you just to bullshit that you flipped on because you chose some piece of shit in Tennessee that's a convicted kitty diddler You chose him over people that actually gave a shit about what happened to you. Where's he at? Has he called you while you've been in the hospital? No. Probably didn't even know you were in the hospital. That man could give a rat's ass what you're doing. But in most people in your situation would be more concerned with trying to make amends with the people that you've been fucking over for years. But that's just not you, is it? No, even in the hospital, when you're whimpering and whining about your heart surgery and you're going under the knife, you're supposedly going under the knife this morning while I'm doing this video. Most people would try to make amends with those that they've fucked over the few years. Oh no, not you, not you. You were continuing on and on and on with the same horseshit stories last night, just before your fucking surgery. You know what? I don't give a fuck. I have no sympathy. I have no empathy. I don't give a fuck what happens to you. That's it. You brought it on yourself. You're a worthless piece of white trash garbage. And karma's coming back and bite you squarely in the ass. So that's the break. That's what happens. And that's what you're getting. But anyway, I'm out here. Beautiful day. Bike trail's kind of active. Kids are back in school, so it's a little more quiet than usual. So I'm not sure if the university's cranked up yet or not, but yeah, this is one of the nicer areas. It's one of the quieter areas. There's a fountain right behind me. I don't know why it's not on. It'll be one of those ones that they only turn on for occasion. So, hey, I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to go for a ride and I'll get some pictures out and about while I'm gone. And hope you guys have a good day out there. I know I'm going to have a great day. So take care. We'll catch you later. Have a good one.